Hello, my name is Johny and today we continue to survive in the hellish cold. Today I will try to survive for 100 days and I hope that I will be able to improve my base and the living conditions of the colonists during this time. I want to emphasize that the temperature during the recording of this video ranged from -30 to -80 degrees Celsius. I think we can start. You're watching the Johny Play channel. Let's go. My colonists are adding a stone floor and now my hydroponic farm will look even better than before. I decided to go outside for resources, but completely forgot that there was a snowstorm outside and small ice darts cut everything like a jagged blade, because of which my colonists got quite deep cuts, but I managed to understand the problem in time and save them from inevitable death. But later the snowstorm passed and now there was no such great danger on the street. By the way, I forgot to say that during this storm the temperature dropped to -80 degrees Celsius. Not far from our base, capsules with weapons fell, and now I will be able to arm the farmer with a rifle. I researched heavy machine guns, and now I can place a hand machine gun at the entrance to our base. I decided that we need to finish our kill box a little. For this I extended the upper wall, also built 2 columns around the machine gun behind which our colonists will hide, and also put sandbags. I began to mark out the plan for the construction of the crematorium, and just at that time I was attacked by 3 raiders. 2 of them were armed with pistols, so you need to be very careful. I very quickly ordered my soldiers to take up battle positions. 2 of them stood behind the columns with rifles, and the third took a place behind the machine gun. The first enemy died from the loss of his head after 1 bullet from our heavy machine gun, the second received several bullets from rifles, and the third simply ran away when he saw his friends lying dead in our kill box. Construction of the crematorium began, and before our builder had time to finish the walls, a short circuit occurred. Lightning began to strike a small area not far from our base, but due to the fact that everything is covered with snow and there is not even a hint of plants anywhere, nothing caught fire. A capsule containing yak fell not far from the base. We decided that there is no point in rescuing him because at the moment we cannot feed him in any way. Because of this I decided that it would be better to let him eat meat. I decided that we need to improve our defense. I put 2 medium turrets and ran a cable with a switch to them to turn on the turrets only when there is danger. A caravan came to us with which I decided to trade. In the end, I bought 31 components, some steel, and sold all the unnecessary things that were taking up space in the warehouse. Due to a bad mood, the farmer began to eat all the food from the warehouse, but fortunately we have a lot of it and he will not be able to spoil our plans very much. I decided that it was necessary to rebuild our kill box and make a narrow entrance in it so that the enemies had nowhere to hide and they entered one by one. And by the way, I made a trade deal with a space merchant and bought some components. And after that, my kill box was completely rebuilt. Decided to add some hydroponic tables on our farm, and just at that time there was a short circuit, after which all our batteries lost their stored energy, which in the long run played a bad joke on me, and I simply did not have enough energy to keep my hydroponic tables at night could allow my plants to survive. Another colonist joined us because I took on the task of keeping him with us for 15 days. I guess it won't be a big problem since I'll just keep it in the house this whole time. The ideal option would be to use it as a cleaner and harvester. In order to solve the problem with the supply of electricity, I decided to build 2 additional solar panels. Capsules with clothes fell from the sky. Now our doctor will wear a fashionable hat of a military officer, and the farmer changed his down jacket to a slightly better one. I took on the task of protecting the Imperial capsule from raiders. I generally thought that it would be difficult, or that the enemy would be armed with the guns, but in the end, we were attacked by 4 melee raiders, and we, together with the Empire guards, who were very well armed, were able to repel the raid very easily. The main problem was not to hit the allies while we were shooting at the enemy. I finally decided to use the crematorium, and I can say that it is a really useful thing because it is not necessary to waste time digging graves, and of course, the crematorium does not take up as much space as the cemetery. Another raider attack. This time we were attacked by 4 raiders, 1 with a pistol, the second with a semi-automatic rifle, the third with grenades, and the 4th with a knife. 3 raiders were killed in our kill box who simply entered one after the other and immediately fell under the hail of our bullets, and the 4th ran away after seeing terrible losses on his side. The polar hare went crazy and the farmer killed him with a precise sniper shot, and our crafter got pregnant again, but we already know how to solve this issue. Another raid, we were attacked by 5 well-armed raiders, so we need to take our battle positions very quickly. In fact, there were no problems with the defense. We immediately killed 3 raiders and killed the 4th when he was already running away, and the 5th fell from his wounds and also died after some time. But I realized that there is a flaw in our kill box, and this flaw is the lack of a wall between the kill box and the barricades at the entrance to the kill box. Because of this, the enemies stay outside and do not want to go into our trap. I decided that we need to expand our house a little, and for this purpose, I built an additional room around the communication console, which will house a machine tool for equipment, as well as a chemical laboratory. Our guest did not share something with the doctor, for which he was knocked out, after which the doctor took him to a medical bed and provided all the necessary assistance. I really hope that this will not happen again, because I need to complete the task, and for this we need our guest to stay alive. The machine and the chemical laboratory are ready. By the way, I decided to give away several hydroponic tables for sprouting cycon, which I will later process into powder and sell to caravans and space merchants. I decided to build a mortar. It remains to buy shells for it. I think this weapon will be very useful for us in defense. And also a caravan came to us, to which we sold all the unnecessary resources and psyches and made a lot of money from it. Finally, we have completed our task and our guest has to go home. For this we received 56 units of gold. The attack of 9 raiders has begun. I think that right now will be the most adequate assessment of the defense capability of our colony. In general, everything ended well. We were able to destroy most of the enemies, and the rest just ran away. But the main problem is that I never built the wall I talked about earlier, and the enemies simply do not enter the middle of our kill box. But this time I decided not to slow down and immediately built this wall and also fortified the inside of the kill box with barricades. I start building the second layer of the wall around our base so that the enemy doesn't even think of attacking us in any way other than our kill box. Aggressive animals attacked us, but our machine guns met them. Another wave of aggressive animals, and this time our machine guns will work to the maximum. Slowly but surely our colonists continue to build our outer wall. I think we'll make it just in time for the 100th day of our survival. Finally, we were able to buy shells for our mortar from the space merchant. We were attacked by 2 mechanoids. It's time to test our defense against them. A space refugee fell onto our map and we, according to the old tradition, separated her and took her things and left her in the hands of cold and fate. Our wall is almost ready and everything is going according to plan. Most likely we will actually complete it by exactly 100 days. I started to expand the warehouse because there is not enough space at all. I hope that in the end our entire map will not turn into my warehouse with resources. A new mechanoid attack. Raised the fighters to combat posts, and by the way, I decided to check how the mortar would work against the mechanoids, but it is logical that the fragmentation projectiles cannot harm the steel monsters in any way, so I was forced to destroy them according to my old custom with heavy machine guns. That's all. Thanks for watching. Like this video, write a comment and subscribe to the channel. By the way, you can watch other videos on the channel. Johny was with you. Goodbye.